Dum 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 dum. Well, hello there, ladies and gents. I am very, very pleased to see you. It's wonderful to have you here tonight. So, first of all, I want to make a quick shout out to people who are going to be mentioned on this show. Richie Reed, hello. Girl with pink hair before and dark purple now. The Carrie Show, hello. Noel Slideshow, hello. Nate Dog Behind Camera, hello. And the Ange TV, hello. But this is not what this is going to be about in the beginning of the show. First of all, people, we have the internet and we can use it for good, we can use it for bad, and we can use it for something else. Now, think that there are some, I don't know, supreme creatures. I don't know what you believe in. You believe in God? Do you believe in higher power? Whatever you believe in. Just, think for a second that there is something that has given us this amazing thing, the internet. And now, what do we use it for? We have to choose what we're going to use it for. Are we going to use it for something good, or are we going to use it to be bullying, to be fighting, or to be something else? Because I understand, put it simply, life sucks. Yes, but this is a tool and we have to try to help ourselves to make our life as good as possible. We have to use this as a source of knowledge, source of happiness. We have to help each other to make the next day as bearable as possible, as good as possible. Okay, that's first thing. That was number one. Number two, when it comes to people, um, we have to think that if we were from the side, how would it appear? How would it look like if we would look at the internet right now? So there are people who have been given this supreme power. You could do with it whatever you want, and the thing that people choose to do with it is, instead of creating something better, they are choosing to change their life for the worse. And that's incredible for me. So now I can see that a lot of people are watching this show, who are turning to me for the simple reason that they find that somehow this situation, this broadcast, more or less appears to be some sort of safe haven, or appears to shield them from trolls. So I don't know. I have not been fighting for this role. This is not I have chosen voluntarily, but it appears quite clear to me that people are choosing to watch this, to stay with me, because of this reason. So I don't know. I guess somehow, I don't know. What do you want to call it? You want to call it destiny? You want to call it kismet? You want to call the power of internet, or whatever it is? But it seems clear to me that the most shows and most hours that I'm getting, it is the time when I'm trying to discuss internet and its role, and also the aspect of the trolls. So now think a little bit about this. Like, how is this possible? I don't know. Like, I've never met in my life. I have no idea what are the passes of internet. How did I reach this sort of situation that I know the people that I know right now? Because I have no connection to them whatsoever. And what I'm trying to do is to reach out to you, so that we would create some sort of sanity for us. Okay, so that we could create some sort of sane space. And now, when we try to be a little bit concrete, and sort of go into some broadcasts. Now, first of all, there is this guy called Richie Ritt, or Richie Wright, who in whose broadcasts I've been mentioned a couple of times. And from what I can see, he has a huge following. And I don't know if he mentioned like about me, or if I was mentioned by some other people in his chat. But I have been watching, and I can notice that when this is happening, so some people are telling that Jamie is like this and like that, and then Richie goes, yeah, yeah, yeah. He sort of agrees either by his own will or because he's being led by somebody. And now look at this situation from a different point of view, okay? Each coin has two sides. So now I watch today a show where Richard Wright is launching a furious complaint about his landlord. That his landlord is appearing to be interfering with his rights of free speech and his rights to document his own self, right? And I couldn't agree more. Yes, yes, yes. But look at me, Richie. Why can't you treat me the same way you want to be treated? Why? Why do you treat me differently than you would want your landlord to treat you? If you think that right of free speech is important to you, if it is important to you to be heard and to have a chance to state your opinion, why would you not extend the same type of courtesy towards me? You have mentioned me in your show. You have noticed that I am present when you were speaking about the people. So instead of talking about me, how difficult would it be for you if you would go, whoa, there are you, Jamie. Jump up on the show. Okay, you didn't want to go this way. Now I talk to you. I will stand up for your rights. Okay? I will stand up for your rights, Richie Wright, and I invite you to this show, and I want to know, what do you think that in my position I have done wrong? Okay? And if you wanted to do on your show, no problem. Just let's speak, let's talk, let's exchange arguments. Please, let's try to do what you are saying that you are trying to achieve. Okay? Let's go from speaking to doing, okay? Maybe landlord, I cannot affect that. But this could be a small example of how things could be, okay? Now, I also want to mention another person, a girl with pink hair before and purple now, the Carrie Show. I don't know, maybe there are some of you who know her. And I have to say, I said it to her in the comments, and I'm saying to her as it is. Yes, this the way she has been treating, mentioning of me, that is exactly how I consider sane. Because she didn't go for me, she didn't go against me. She said, I don't know this guy. I don't know what he's about. I don't know, okay? And if he wants his points to be made, then he can come to my show and we can speak about it. We can exchange the arguments. And she said that she will make up her mind about me while speaking to me on her show. Whoa, I find this logical. I find it the right way to go about. Now, think about it. Most of you people live in America. What is happening right now if you detach a little bit yourself from those small things and try to think a little bit about the big things? According to findings of Pew Research Institute, about 60% of Americans will not let their children to marry with a person who supports the other political party. For them, it is something they will not accept. So, if the child is, for example, has two parents who are Democrats or two parents who are Republicans, for them, that their child would go and marry somebody who is the other way, it is not acceptable. So, what is happening in your country right now is that before there was this idea that, let's say, somewhere back in the 50s, it was not acceptable to be communist or to be gay. Okay, that was two things that were not okay, that were considered unacceptable. The way you have turned around your country right now is that it's almost 50-50, and you cannot talk to each other. You cannot have a sane exchange of arguments because most of people go immediately, you know? And I don't want to be like that. I want to try to have an argument that is at least somehow based on facts. Let's have a half a minute or two where we can present our facts and then arguments and counter arguments and try to be civilized and to have this debate. And I think that in a small scale, by taking this in, by accepting this, by creating this small environment, small greenhouse, maybe we can also see that this is how it could function in the other world, in the outer world, okay? In the big world. I'm just saying that this culture of immediately going, "Wah!" This trolls, this other things, it is very destructive, and it is very diplomatic, very healthy, very necessary to question everything, to ask, to wait a little bit, and simply sometimes to say, I don't know. And yes, I'm saying all the time. Also, it's not only I don't know, but I want to know. Please tell me. Please see, like, come to me. I'll put you on the screen and we will see what are your arguments, okay? And now I also want to say that I have been seeing that there are some people who are saying about me that it's a little bit strange that I'm listening, and I'm not participating so much and such. And I want to say that, look, mm, I do things. I do things during the day. For example, I'm like making food, or I'm taking care of the garden, or I'm buying stuff, or some other things. Like I do things with my hands. I have a million things that I have to do, and while I'm repairing or things like that. And while I do that, then I'm listening. Some people like to watch TV. I see that some of the guys who I'm listening to, that they're also a little bit having one eye on the CNN. Some other people are watching Fox and things like that. But I listen. I like to listen. This gives me pleasure, and it's very nice that there are, even though there are some difference of opinions, but I do still think that it's good that there are out there some, in somewhere deep inside, some good guys who are trying to bring this out, who are trying to create some sort of entertainment. And I'm taking it in. I'm very willing to listen, and most of the time I don't even make myself notice. I'm just there somewhere and listening to what's going on and trying to understand the picture, if it's small or grand, or somehow trying to make more information, trying to collect information, trying to understand things. And I still know that there is not even, that I don't know even a small piece of the whole picture, okay? I understand that I know just a small fragment of it, but I'm willing to accept that, okay? And this is where I say to all of you, whoever is listening, please feel free to drop in the chat and in the comments links to the shows, like where people talk and where you can participate, at least in the chat, or maybe they will take you up to the panel and you can have a debate. So basically, like, for example, there is, like I mentioned, there is the Ange TV show, who has sometimes those episodes where you have like 3 or 4 people on the screen and you can watch them. Then there is Noel slideshows, who will sometimes put you up on the screen and you can participate. And the Carrie show and the Richie Wright, who at least reads from what's going on in the chat. So if there are some more shows like this, please let me know, and I would very much enjoy if I could find some other show, well, which I could watch and sort of extend my understanding. Also, uh, people, can you tell me, can you explain to me how does this circle works? Because in a way, I do understand that I am in some kind of environment. This is some kind of circle where I clearly see that some people are reappearing, that there is a circle of people, like for example, if I'm watching 4 or 5 shows, at two, maybe even at three of them, and some people even four would reappear, that I would see them either in the chat or maybe appearing on the panel or being discussed. Like, how is this universe created? Also, I have can somebody tell me how what is keeping this thing together? How did those people get to know each other? Because I get very strong feeling that there is some kind of connection. I just don't know how. It's like I am in a dark room. I do understand that there is some kind of a box. I just don't know what's in it. But there seems to be a lot of sort of, if you would try to imagine it in your head, there seems to be a lot of interconnecting threads, and I don't understand what is keeping all this together, and how do those threads intertwine? What is in there? Um, Depression is keeping them together. Somebody called Awkward Anna is saying depression is keeping them together, and then Joey is saying he is a slow man, and that comment came in when we were talking about Richie Wright. So what I'm trying to say is that yeah, sure, maybe Corona is here to stay, and maybe we all handle it in a different way and things like that. But what I should, what I want to say is that we should at least try to make it right, okay? To like have some sort of picture of right and wrong. Let's try not to lose it, okay? So, for example, like I was mentioning earlier, I welcome very much the debate. I do fully accept that we can go to Rich's side, we can go to this side of the girl who used to have pink hair and now has a purple hair, the Carrie show. We can go to some other places, but that is one issue that where we can talk and have a debate. The other side, there is one more, and that is, like I have mentioning before, for example, Nate Dogg and Noel slideshow, and I feel that somehow it has fallen onto my lot to protect and defend those people. I see, I see that some people have 47 dislikes on a Noel show. Some people put 47 dislikes on his show. Do you know? 47. I mean, this is not a nice thing. That is not a good thing. Like I said before, a person. Mm, what you gonna say about Carrie? Well, I have mentioned it earlier. I'm gonna reiterate myself slightly. So, if there are some people who have already seen the beginning of the show, please let me know in the comments so that at least live I'm not repeating myself to anyone. But if nobody has seen that beginning, for example, Awkward Anna, could you let me know if you are seeing this show from the very beginning? Could you let me know if you're here from the beginning of the show? Okay. Now I'm going to the chat and I'm seeing the participants. And yes. So, no. Okay. Anyway, when it comes to Carrie, I mentioned that I found her way to be highly diplomatic. She has been saying that no, I don't know who this guy is, and I don't know what I should be thinking of him. Let's have a chat. Let's have an open conversation. Um, you know, um, I can speak to him and then I will make my mind. I will make up my mind. And I find this a very, very basic but yet brilliant concept, that two people talk to each other. Um, it could be privately, it could be in an open, in a public space. I don't mind either way. But two people meet up, and they present their ideas. They say what they gotta say, and then later, on the basis of that, they make their own opinions. That is as simple as that. And I saw Carrie, this Carrie from the Carrie show, that she was saying exactly that. Like, I don't know what I should think about Jamie. I haven't spoken to him. I don't know who he is. And before I make up my mind about him, I would want to talk directly to him. And I don't know, why is this concept so hard? I don't know why is not more people. I think that more people should do like Carrie did, that they use this thing called logic and simply follow through with the simple idea that I would want to be treated the same way, that like how I treat the other people, that way I want that they treat me. Okay, you extend to others the same type of courtesy that you want to be extended to you. Just as simple. What goes around comes around. As simple as that. And I don't know why it is such a hard concept for some other people, but I can clearly see that this person, this girl who used to have pink hair and has dark purple hair now, her name is the Carrie Show. I can clearly see that she is understanding that concept. And yeah, that's what I want her to know. So I could, if she wants, I could be on her show. If she would write down here now in comments, I will let her up here. We can talk, we can debate, whatever it is. Now, what I also found very good is that people, like for example the Ange TV, like for example the Scary Show, like for example Richie Wright, that those people they say what people are writing in the comments. I find it extremely helpful. Also, one thing which I just which I just want to share. This is clearly, this is not objective. This is totally subjective. This is just my point of view. But maybe it's not just me. Maybe there are some other people out there who are like me. For example, some people maybe are blind, or maybe some people like me use their hands to do something. So we're listening. We are not seeing so much, we're listening. So it will be very helpful if we could describe as much as possible of those things that happen. Now, there are more comments coming. And Joey wrote, what you gonna say about Carrie? Yes, I have addressed that. And then, she might be sleeping. She sleeps 15 hours a day. Well, to that, I don't know what I'm gonna say. Like, sure. I mean, if she likes it, why not? It's again like this is exactly sort of the Scandinavian way. Like, yeah, who is it harming? Like, it's not harming me anyway. If she sleeps for 15 hours and it's not sort of bothering or infringing on somebody's freedoms or like making life difficult for me, why not? Like, go ahead. Like, um, shout out to Nate Dogg's new channel. Oh, whoa. GB Levators. Oh. Yeah, I have noticed there is one tiny thing that many people might not know, but the previous channel of the Nate Dogg show, the Nate Dogg behind the camera, he used to have Tyson Krupp. There is a company that does elevators, And now there's a next company. It's GB Elevators. So basically, it's clearly something about elevators again. So the guy clearly likes elevators. And you know me, there are some small details, some small things that I like to see, and that is one of them. Just I watch the show. I really do watch it. When I watch it, I watch it. But most of the time, I don't watch it. I hear it. I only listen. Now, anyway, this is one of the things that I was also about to say. Is this the Nate Dogg sort of thing? I very much hope that somehow he will come back. And again, what I was coming back to, that we should try to make this internet thing work for good. That, for example, maybe in some way, maybe he to begin with maybe he was somehow misunderstood a little bit. He felt that he wasn't getting attention enough or things like that, and then he said this thing about that his father is dead. But of course it was a mistake, but as far as I understand, he has apologized. He admitted it to begin with, which is very important, and then he also apologized for it, which I have, like I said before, the uttermost respect for. And I think that we should give Guy a break, because just if somebody makes a mistake, then how do we judge it? It again comes back to this applying our logic. Did his saying about his father being dead, did it somehow make our lives realistically worse? Did it affect materially, or like realistically, did it affect our lives in any way that was harmful to us? And my answer is no. Yeah, we felt sad for a moment, and then it turned out what? He was intubated. He wasn't dead, he was just intubated. Okay, so Guy made a mistake, Guy apologized, live and let live. That is one way of saying it. That is the simple way, and I hope that you can go the same way, people. Now, if you want to get deeper into this, because of course I've already seen that there are some people who have said that, oh, this was the terrible thing to say. Oh, he couldn't have said it anyway. This was so outrageous, unbelievable. This was that, this was this. Okay. You want to go deep? You want to go philosophical on me and everything like this? Okay, fine. So there is this thing called manifestation. So clearly, he has a father figure and a situation where he felt helpless, that his father was sick, he was intubated, and he couldn't do much about it. And the only way he could do anything about it at all, it is in his mind to put him to rest. This was a clear, in my opinion, when I see it, those things, this was the most clear cry out for help. That is, if you want to go sort of philosophical on me, this is the closure of the gestalt. He was closing the picture. He was doing the only action that remained for him. He was taking the only way out that he could do. And I'm trying to say that, people, for a second, imagine that in this situation it was you. Just think for a moment. Again, try to turn the table. Try to think that there are two sides of the coin, okay? And I don't see how any person who is feeling good, who is feeling whole, that he would even imagine about sort of metaphorically putting his father to rest. This is cry out for help at its best. Okay, now, if you want to know another small detail, Carrie Show thinks Nate Dogg is hot. Whoa! Well, that's wonderful. You see, that's wonderful. There are some meetings like that. There are some two souls meet, and this is wonderful. This is what internet is for. You see, there are some two people or one person, but somebody's finding somebody attractive. Anyway, to begin with, a good, healthy attraction between grown-ups is a great thing. I'm all for it. The only that's really bothered by it is that Wyatt guy. Okay. Okay. So he will find some way to cope with it anyway, because I mean, it's not like he can do something. Now, one thing that some of you may find surprising, but I have to give shout out to the trolls, because first of all, I'm impressed with their persistence, because there was a guy who was on this show before who have come in and he said he has 4 accounts, and he has kept on continuously to put dislikes, and not one but like 4 dislikes on every one of my show. And of course, I don't exactly know, but it's constantly like as soon as the show comes out, there is 4 dislikes on my show. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with this level of persistency, with this level of energy, with this level of devotion. And although this is based on negative emotion, I'm impressed with the energy and the will. Okay. Now, on the other hand, what I want to say is that now I will try to share the screen with you, and we will all see how this has affected not so much me, but the people who are willing to see this, the people who want to see the shows. And I don't know. Maybe somebody already knows, but this has this has created the biggest, I don't know how to explain it, the biggest vibe, the biggest plunge, the biggest like involvement of the audience, which I have seen so far, because the views, the amount of views, it's considerable, but it's not that high. But the amount of the amount of the engagement that it has generated, for me, it is quite impressive. Because, for example, I have had 21 reaction. So anybody who wants, you can go and see for yourself that there is this show. I will put the link in the chat so that you could see it if you want to. There it is. So as you can see, there are 21 reactions. So clearly, this situation has been whoa, somehow creating a bunch of feelings this way, that way, and everything. And I gotta say that although, like I've mentioned, 4 of those dislikes come from one person, so it's actually 7 against 11. So there are 7 people who have dislikes and 11 people who have likes. But I still do think that it's a great thing that people are starting to think. Okay. Now there is this more information coming from Joey090292. Carrie said she wanted him to rebrand his channel as Nate Dog Behind a Carrie. Mm, mm, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't heard it, and it would be not very much like me to just say that it is this way. So for now, I accept it as hearsay. It's not exactly a proven fact for me. It's just something that we had and we seen the source. So I don't know. If I hear it myself, then I'll sort of pass my verdict on it. For now, I'm putting this information into my box of unconfirmed. I'm putting this information into hearsay. Okay, and also I will label this box of I don't know what to say, because I don't know about this thing enough anyway, and yeah. So if I hear her speak about it that way, okay, well, good for them, and if not, then not. Oh yeah. That's another Scandinavian candy. This is extra strong. It's with no sugar, and yeah, it's very good for teeth. It's with menthol and one more thing, which I don't know what it's called in English. It's good for teeth. It makes them like better. Anyway, so I don't know. Is there somebody who wants to say something on this show? Is there some people who wanna? Please stand up. Please stand up. If there are some people who want to be on the panel, please stand up. Yay. Okay. So now I have pretty much made all the points of this show, which I had. And I know that some of you are already running away to the end show. I'm noticing that there are a little bit fewer people who are running away. So, like I said, shout out to 4 people. No, 5 actually. It was the Ange TV, Nate Dogg Behind Camera, Noel Sly Show, the Carrie Show, and Richie Wright. So those people, if you want to have me on your show, if you want to talk, about me, it's very good if you also talk with me about it. And as I've mentioned many, many times before, I will exactly extend you the same type of courtesy to you. And now I need, like I said, also, like I mentioned, I will very much appreciate more links. There was this one recommendation about a person called D Crack. D Crack. And I visited his show. Okay, it's funny at times, but it's just not my cup of tea. Like, I mean, I can see that there are some videos which are at brief moments even funny for me, but like from what I saw on his channel, it is reactions, 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 and mm, first of all, I would have to see what's happening, okay? And I don't see so much. I mostly hear. So already there, because of this, it doesn't work for me very well. And then secondly, I want a more like a channel where you speak, because the channel where you are supposed to watch how the guy's face is moving, or what kind of, I don't know, gasps or whatever he does. If that is the key ingredient, then it's just not my cup of tea. Okay, but anyway, thank you so much. Thank you so much for recommending this show to me. And it was a good to get this information, to get this attention, to get some understanding about this. And thank you so much for Turk. There was a guy called Turk who recommended it, and I'm saying thank you so much for recommendation. But if there is some other show that you would want me to know, please feel free to inform me. I will be very, very glad. Now, before we finish off, unless of course here appears some person who would want to participate somehow, I just want to have a couple of other brief sort of things. Uh, what would be a normal goals? I don't know. I would wanna set up some sort of goals for me. I would wanna have a positive use out of this channel, and aside from sort of trying to defend two guys and sort of sharing with you people my view of such subject as logic, uh, I would also want to use this channel for something a little bit more practical and something that would be like good for me. So on one hand, I probably would want to like celebrate. So Yay! Celebrate. And some goals. So if you see that there are some relatively easily achievable goals for me, then do share them. So, A, information just about the other shows that are worth to watch, and B, maybe some sort of tips or links on how to do stuff, or what are the good achievable goals with this channel. Because of course, so far I have found that this helps me to center a little bit, to see things positive, to have an outlet, and already at that it's a good thing. And also, since I have been able to maintain it day after day after day, it gives a certain feeling of a routine, and it's something that is always the same. It's something that you people can count on, so 11 o'clock Central European time, or I think that 11 o'clock Central European time. We will see. Time in New York right now. Time in New York. Time in New York. So, my show will start at 5 o'clock in New York. I think it's called Eastern Standard Time. And in Denver, their zone, I think it's something like Central Time or something. Anyway, in Denver, it would be 15:42. So there is some places where it will start at 3 if you want to watch me, if you have the Western time or Pacific time. If you have time in the middle, then you will see me at 4. And for those of you who live on the East Coast, you'll see me at 5. So this is some of the okay, there we're getting in something. Watch Fierce Man 26 and Fierce Vlog streams. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Hello there, Lucky Chucky. As you can see, there are some other people in chat besides me. Yes, what's up? Well, I only have a few more sort of Mr. Tong here. Mr. Tong? What? What's Mr. Tong? What does it mean? Lucky Chucky, can you explain what that means, Mr. Tong here? Mm, anyway, so what I was trying to say is that knowing new channels, do tell me about the channels that you would watch me to see, the new channels that you would want me to get to know and to see. Like Joey has proposed that I should watch Fierce Man 26 and another channel called Fierce Vlog Streams. And please do make another proposals just like that, because of course it will be Mr. Tong is Fierce favorite Chinese drink. Oh, okay, okay, all right. I'm drawing a blank here on Chinese drinks. I'm not sure what that means, but okay. Is it like alcoholic, non-alcoholic drink? Is it like something in a cup that you drink, or is that something that is like some sort of description for something, some sort of a code? Am I missing something here? Anyway, oh yeah. One day. I'm going to tell you a few things about China, or, well, not about China, but about my stay. And one of the things is that, of course, soda. Okay. It's an aphrodisiac. Woo! Great, great, great. Fierce loves them. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Soda as an aphrodisiac. Yeah, why not? Whatever keeps your boat rocking, whatever floats your boat, you do that. If it's a soda, why not? Out of all the things in the world, if it's a soda that it's your aphrodisiac, go ahead, just as long as you have a consensual, legal, and happy love lives, then I'm all for it. Now, what I was about to say, you can check out the Sega Camp Gamer 2. Yeah, that's one thing. Game shows, they are not very much my cup of tea, because as you have heard, I'm not very much a person who likes to see. Sometimes to see can be a little bit difficult for me. um, I have a little bit of problems with eyesight, and well, it's nothing major, but anyway. And if it's possible, then I prefer to hear as much as possible, and then sometimes I see. Anyway, he is actually right now. He's actually live right now on Twitch, and I have come to learn that Twitch is some kind of gamers YouTube. He does a regular talk show every Monday. Okay, Joey, what I would want you to say is this show on Twitch or is it in YouTube anyway? He's not game host. Oh, that's good. That's good. With guests. That's great. Yes, 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 yes. That is something that I really need to do, I think. Mm, because, of course, um, it is on YouTube. Yeah, because of course it is easy for me, like for many of us, to go inside this kind of shell and sort of stay in it, in this kind of like safe house and stay in there and never get out and everything like that. But I think that one of the things that are good that I could use, to push myself, to force myself, to provoke myself to do some things, could be that, if I would maybe try to have some more people to interview, because I think that that could be the thing, because this channel on its own, it's good to have, and I do appreciate very much all of you people, but in a way you can see that this channel cannot be about me. This channel has to be about you, and also some sort of to improve something, to get something better. And I think that one of the things to sort of improve could be like this, to break a little bit of this social isolation, to force a little bit into the world, because like everybody else, I okay, well, let's be honest, I do have a little bit of also breathing difficulties, so I'm a little bit more cautious than many people in terms of this pandemic. And yeah. Okay, let's see. So yes, just to finish off this thought, and then I will go to the chat. So I'm a little bit more cautious when it comes to sort of being out and such, and I have to say that this sort of shell, yes, it's easily building around me, and like, I have a very sort of strong shell, because I have been working in the media before, so of course I do have all kinds of sort of protection, like yeah, in various forms. I mean, like in the house and other things. And it's very easy sort of for me to withdraw from the world and have this this shell grow on me. But I think that it would be good for me to try to break it somehow. And I think that it could be interesting for some of you to see, and to be with me when I'm trying to break this shell and to use this channel somehow, to make myself and others feel well or better, because the next day could be better than it is today. And if we are having some sort of pains or difficulties or problems, then we have to try to make it at least as good as we can. Okay. Anyway, with guests, yes. So these guests were on this show called Sega Camp. We had a Sega Camp, and we had Okay, so I'm gonna put those names down. So, I'm gonna put those things down somehow. Write them down or something. So maybe when this show is over, I will stay and I'll write them down and try to remember those names because, of course, they're a little bit unusual for me. Anyway, yes, you can check out the Sega Camp Gamer 2. He is actually live right now on Twitch. He does a regular talk show every Monday, so tomorrow. He is not a game host, writes Lucky Chucky. And then back to Joey, he says with guests. It's on YouTube. Well, that's great. That's good. That's very good. Now, the Sega Camp Gamer and Where Camp, it is the channel. Good, good. Breaking news. There is protests in the country of Belarus as today presidential election and the longtime leader has declared victory, but it's rigged as there is a strong opposition. People, don't get me started on this one. How should I say? I do have a bit of knowledge on this subject. I do. Yeah. Okay. So this guy, who I'll try to just quickly mention a few things. So this guy who is president, his last name is Lukashenko. He has been in power since I think 1994. And he has run his country like very much like Soviet Union. So the Soviet Union is gone. Soviet Union has collapsed. But this guy Lukashenko, he has been running this tiny country of Belarus as if it was a small piece of the Soviet Union which was still left. And he sat all those years in on the throne for, I don't think it was mentioned here. I think he sat since '94. It would make it 26 years. He has been continuously in power for 26 years. And then there were several candidates. One of them was called Babarika, and Babarika was put in jail by this guy Lukashenko, by this guy who many in Europe call the last dictator or the last European dictator. There was one candidate which was sort of leaning, according to some analysts, he was leaning pro-Russia. So like the Belarus, and then there are like two camps which are dragging it sort of from the outside. One is, of course, Russia, and the other one is Western camp with EU and USA, and each are trying to get their way. But the Russian candidate was put in jail, and several of actually three main Western candidates, pro-West, were also either disqualified, put in jail, or some other stuff. And now three ladies have come up. And they have been sort of fighting Lukashenko. And, Lukashenko has pretty much never faced this level of opposition because always this country has been very, very quiet. Some would describe it as dull. Some other people would describe it as stable. You can choose whatever word you want, but the screws were very, very tight. There was like no free speech and things like that. But all of a sudden, a few days ago, there was a huge demonstration. According to opposition sources, I think they said it was 60,000. And the whole country has only 10 million people, so the whole country has about the same population as New York. And there was this demonstration, which according to opposition had 60,000. And then the opposition was claiming that, whoa, we'll get even bigger, stronger, larger, harder. And the pro-president estimates, which the local forces put out, the local police force, I think they said that there was 16 or 18,000 people, and many people say that it's somehow in the middle anyway. So there was maybe about 30, 40,000 people who were out there. But that's not the whole thing. We all knew that Lukashenko is gonna win this election, no matter what. Like, even if he would win for real, everybody would think that he won. And now I'm putting a quotation marks around this word won, because many people were expecting that he would cheat. So it doesn't mean that he has cheated. Nothing of it has been proven or disproven or whatever, but everybody expects him to cheat. Everybody presumes so that he will cheat. So it doesn't matter if he does cheat or not, because everybody thinks so anyway. And now what we want to know is that is there gonna be demonstrations? So the outcome we knew anyway. We knew that Lukashenko is gonna say that he won. And now, from this outcome, there are two different ways which this could go. And one, that Lukashenko could somehow steal the show, that he could somehow quieten down the whole situation, that he could arrest key people, and everything like that. And everything will go back to as it was past 26 years. Or the other way is that those protest demonstrations will go stronger and stronger, and this whole situation will change, and there will be major changes in the country. So the countries around there, which have had very violent history of very large violence, pretty much every post-Soviet country outside of the Baltics has had major warlike situations. In Russia, it was called Chechnya. In Georgia, you had South Ossetia, and you had Abkhazia. In Azerbaijan and Armenia, they are fighting over a place called Karabakh. And then Moldova is there is a fight around Transnistria region, and as you know, Ukraine, there is a fight around Donbass. So pretty much every of these republics has had some sort of war or warlike situation, a huge armed conflict. And now we don't know if that is the path to go even for Belarus. We don't know what will happen. But of course, if there would be some sort of armed conflict situation, we would understand that there would be like a wall. There would be like a wall created between Russia and Europe. That practically, in practice, in reality, if there would be a war or conflict, or somehow Lukashenko would lose power, there would be erected a huge wall between Europe and Russia, and this wall is constitutes those countries like Ukraine, Moldova, that are having armed conflict, so it's very unsafe for transit and things like that. And then the Baltic countries, which are very strongly against Russia. And now, if Belarus falls, it would be the last piece of domino to be able to erect this huge wall, and it will, in many ways, destroy the situation between the trade routes between Europe and Russia. But on one side, of course, it would make it a lot worse. The situation will get a lot worse in terms of trade between Europe and Russia, on one hand. On the other hand, it will push Russia towards China. Okay? This is not something that many of us could see, but believe you me, if this Belarus situation would escalate into an armed conflict, and Belarus would go either towards West, or it would go towards armed conflict, then since Russia would be cut off, there would be only one way for Russia to go, and it will get much closer with China, because Russia would feel encircled, Russia would feel isolated, and they will feel compelled to join forces with China. So I don't know. One thing is for sure: the fat lady hasn't sung, and we haven't seen the end of this Belarusian show, or Belarusian or Belarus show, whatever you want to call it. And I'm pretty sure that many of you are about to learn about this country a little bit more. And you will soon all learn that the capital of Belarus is called Minsk. And there is a couple of other main cities called Gomel and Brest. And then there is a very big railway hub called Brest at the very western edge of Belarus. So where Belarus sort of enters into Europe, there are two like very large sites. One is for Russian width of the road, and the other one is for European width of the road. The Russian width is much bigger, it's thicker, and the European is much more narrow. And on the each side of the breast, there is um, places where they shift tracks, so you can have one type of train on that, and then they change it so that the width of the tracks would not affect the movement. And I think sometimes it takes a couple of hours, sometimes it takes 4 hours. So basically, they lift up the train and they take away the wheel cart, and in comes the new cart, and then they put back the whole railway carriage. And if you want, you can stay inside, and but many people choose to go away. So it's right on the border between Poland and Belarus, and now it is a border between the union, the customs union. The customs union is sort of Russia, Belarus, and a few other East European countries arrangement. And then on the other side of it is EU. And then there is this absolutely key juncture called Brest. And there is also some major gas pipelines which run very nearby. So if one would cut off this place, it would truly sort of uh, grab, sort of, it would grab Putin, it would grab Russia by the by the cojones. Yeah, so it will be a very tough situation. Anyway, like I was about to see, Lucky Chucky writes, Jamie, see? Ah, well, okay. Anyway, I hope you have had a pleasant stay. And unless there is somebody else who wants to say something, who wants to know something, I hope you have all put your likes to this show. No? Oh, come on, people. There's got to be more likes than just one. Lucky Chucky says, I love this discussion. Well, okay, I'm glad you do, Lucky Chucky, but I think that there are very few people who are like you and me, and for whom for live news, okay, let me put on for myself a little bit of CNN maybe. Um, so the channel, just so that I have mentioned, the channel from, if you want to see the American point of view, then of course CNN International would be the place to go. The Russian version of the events, it's called RT.com. If you want to see the things presented to you from the other side. And then there is a channel from China called CCTV. That is the China state outlet. And China has very big stakes in a country called Belarus, because there is this huge project called Silk Road. And from the beginning, they were planning to perhaps draw it through Ukraine, but that thing has fell down, of course, due to armed conflict. And now they're trying to draw this link between Europe and China through Belarus. And now we will see if the Belarus will fall, if there will be armed conflict. It might cut off this sort of naval string which Europe has with China through Belarus and Russia, because of course it's a huge destination for all kinds of goods. Russia has this a very well working railway network, which works like a clock together with Belarus. So one thing is called Trans-Siberian Railroad, and the extension, the continuation, one might say, of this railroad um, is going into Europe. So if this is Moscow, so this is China. Between them, there is a road, and then there is another extension from Moscow, and then it goes all the way to Berlin. So the three sort of dots on the map which you could connect would be Berlin, a huge European market, and then you have in the middle of it, you have Russia, and then you have China. But all of this has to pass through Belarus, because the Baltic countries, they are saying nay, 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 we don't want any of that anyway. Go away, stay away. And Ukraine is unsafe, so there is only Belarus left, and a railroad. Um, the Transportation of oil and gas, and last but not least, also the usual roads, just sort of automotive roads, also very important for transits through Belarus. And it's all circling around this city of Brest, which is also, there's an enclave. So if Belarus is tiny, there is another part which is like a teeny tiny, which hangs sort of next to Belarus, but it's actually Russia. I would want to show it to you on the map. I'll try to show it to you on the map. Google the map of Europe, and this Russian enclave, if it would fall, if Belarus would fall, and there would be some sort of transit problem, it would have the most dire consequences for Kaliningrad. Kaliningrad is a small Russian enclave, which is located next to Poland, Lithuania, and Belarus. I will try to show it to you on the map. Now, share screen, share screen, share screen. Okay, now there is this. So I love this discussion. Is it possible to have Belarusian feed in YouTube? Yes, it is, and the name of the Belarusian channel is Belsat, or at least their official new agency, official news agency of Belarus is called Belsat. Uh, yeah, or its TV channel, but anyway, it's called Belsat. And then there is the TV network, I think, is called Belsat, and then there is Belta. Belta is the news agency. Yeah, so Belsat and Belta for live news. Can you find CCTV English feed? Yeah, I think you can use simple Google. Just English. I'm writing right now. Okay, first I'm gonna go and do so that this can be part of the show. Share screen. Share screen. Share screen. App. Boom. Boom. Okay. And I don't want you to see me. I'm not important in here. And now we are going to an empty slide. English CCTV. Yes. English CCTV. And there you go. Boom, boom, boom. There is CCTV English news, and you can watch it in English. And when it comes to Google Maps, this is Russia, and this is EU, and in between them, there is Baltic countries, which are very much against Russia in many ways. And then there is Ukraine, a country with ongoing armed conflict. So there is only Belarus left. And this country, like I said, is the key for transit between the whole of EU and sort of mainland Russia. And this place, this little thingy, this is the enclave of Kaliningrad, which of course is very much dependent for transit on Belarus, because most of it goes sort of like this. Yeah. So anyway, and now I'm gonna try to show you where this city of Brest is. There. Oh, sorry, it wasn't it. No, this is Google acting out a little bit. I'm gonna show you the city of Brest. This is the key. This is sort of the whole thing is about this. There, Brest. And there this place has been fought over for like hundreds of years, and actually more than 1,000 of years, because this line where the city of Brest is, it is the key area for all kinds of armed conflicts. And it is sort of the divide between the Catholic and the Orthodox world, and this line has shifted from time to time, but it's more or less there. Anyway, can you find a CCTV English feed? Yes, I already did. Oh, yeah, and then you were asking if I could find you the news in English from Belarus. Okay, yeah, I can do that anyway. Share the screen, done. And now, yes, and we're on. And now we go over here. Belsat, I believe. Belsat news in English is there. You go. Belsat. Oh wait. Well, anyway, it's from Belarus. I don't remember if it is the official one or not the official one. Now let's read a little bit more. I just remember that it's one of the channels from Belarus. As you can see, it's in English as well. There you go, Belsat. And Belsat is Polish free to air satellite television aimed at Belarus. Okay, fine. It's aimed at Belarus, but basically it is about Belarus. But since it's from Poland, I can very, very strongly guess that it's opposition. So this is opposition view. If you want to know about like opposition view, then you go to Belsat, and then there is the other one. It's called Belta, I believe. Belta news, Belta news. There you go. Boom. Belta is Belarus news, and there it is in English. And there I am pretty sure that Belta is the official sort of state-run version um, of the things. So that's like yeah, state news agency in Belarus is called Belta. So there you had one opposition version, and now you have had a pro-government version as well. So if anybody wants to check out that, that is where you can do all that. All right, people, enough of politics for today, because there's only a couple of us left anyway. And I'm sending you lots of hugs, all of you. And I wish you a very happy life and love life, as long as it is consensual and legal. All right, people. Bye bye and happy love life. Bye. Enjoy your evening.